Hello and a warm welcome once again to Zhuhai International Circuit in southern China, one of China's longest serving permanent circuits. We're here for round 4 of the TCR Asia 2019 series, which will once again be joined by TCR China for what should be another highly competitive weekend at this classic circuit. With a strong field in both TCR Asia and TCR China, let's hear now from the drivers themselves about why they love racing here at Zhuhai.
Yeah, I've been here many years before, and here is, we call it Silverstone in China. Yeah, most of the driver, they start a career from Zhuhai circuit.
What it required is actually good braking skills and making sure that you don't get into the gravel, because once you get into the gravel, that's it, end of story. You can't get out.
This is my first competition in the TCR Asia, so I will try to improve my driving. I'm really happy to join this race because I really love to the TCR series.
Having this be my first international event, it is quite exciting, but at the same time I have to make sure I keep my focus and I have to prove that I deserve to be fighting with the best out of there. Yeah.
Now, before we turn our attention to round 4, let's look back at the highlights of round 3, also once again held here at Zhuhai. Good start from Luca Ensler on the outside of the front row. Diego Moran trying Hyundai for the first time, would start in second place, but was soon overtaken by British entry Daniel Lloyd. Lloyd of the Civic then going wide, Moran following him through, but Moran would lose out the most to Pepe Oriola. Oriola into third place. Ensler pulling away at the front. More problems at turn 14. One of the Viper Nisa men getting it wrong. Sadly for Daniel Miranda, the Filipino for Eurasia Motorsport, would pull out with mechanical issues. Adam Khaled would also go wide at turn 14. And Diego Moran would do it for a second time. This time, not quite so bad, but he would lose out to Philip de Souza in the Audi. China Championship and the TCR Asia Championship battling throughout. Diego Moran started round 3, leading the championship. Alex Way going through at turn 4. And Moran in a big battle just to try and get points. Meanwhile, Luca Ensler, his teammate, was way off in the distance leading the race, leaving Diego Moran to battle with the Chinese entries, including Dongfeng Honda team of Martin Xie. And that battle will continue. Another off, the Viper Nisa of Douglas Koo also involved in this one, as was Li Lin in the number 99. Pepe Oriola at turn 9, finally going through on Daniel Lloyd, as Lloyd went wide at 9. That's all the invitation that Oriola needed to take second place. Khaled would go off again into the gravel, but this time it would be permanent. Very disappointed Adam Khaled of Malaysia out of round 3. Likewise, Douglas Koo leading the Cup Championship, but out of the race for the Viper Nisa Racing team, as was Khaled. Bit of disappointment for him. Out comes the safety car, but by then most of the race was done, and it was a case of Luca Ensler taking them to the final corner and the checkered flag. A win for Luca Ensler puts him back into the lead of the championship after 3 rounds. Pepe Oriola taking second place, and Daniel Lloyd on the podium in third. Second win of the year then for Luca Ensler in the all-new Hyundai. Let's hear from him after round 3.
It was a good start in the weekend. It was a good first race. I'm really happy. I'm proud what the team did in the past 2 days, and I'm really looking forward for tomorrow now.
I just lucky and yeah, overtake many cars. But unfortunately, my teammates, he got some problem with the car, so he lost the position.
I had a good start, but unfortunately I had clutch problems, so my car wouldn't switch gears. So I tried to do another lap, tried to hold my position, but my car wasn't shifting gears anymore. So I just made sure my cars will be ready for tomorrow, so I just found a safe spot to just park and finish the race.
One of the cars, I think, car number 86, if I'm not mistaken, into 5th lap into the race, I was going into the first corner, and then he, I don't know where, hit me from the side. So after the incident, my brakes started to overheat, and I thought it was best to retire the car rather than to keep going.
So with 3 rounds done, Luca Ensler back to the top with 60 points. He's only 2 ahead of Diego Moran, his teammate from Ecuador. Then 8 behind him is Pepe Oriola of Spain. Theo Kukau of France drops to 4th, not taking part in round 3 and 4, and that's a chance for Daniel Miranda and the others to catch up. So before we head to round 4, let's hear from the drivers about their plan to take on Zhuhai.
We're looking for the championship. Tomorrow is not the goal to win the race. It's just to collect points and maybe leave the weekend as a leader. So should be okay. And I'm really looking forward for this.
Well, the plan for tomorrow is definitely to have a good start again. Hopefully to be able to comfortably stay in front, and we'll see where we can manage the race. It's a long race, I think.
Have a good start and just hopefully get to the podiums.
First of all, in the first lap, I'm going to get survive.
Good advice as we get ready for round 4, which is going to be interesting because rain is starting to fall, and in fact it's been declared a wet race. So all the drivers and teams scurrying around last minute because it's not really raining that hard. In fact, it's just a bit of drizzle, but will it get worse? We are on the South China Sea, right on the coast here in Zhuhai, so the weather can change dramatically quickly. There's Pepe Oriola ready to go. Likewise, Luca Ensler. Should be a good battle between these two, as it was at Sepang where they came together several times. Martin Quick has seen it all before for Eurasia Motorsport. Here's the circuit itself. A long run into turn 1, possible overtake into there. Next overtake would be at turn 4, the left-hander that leads on to the back straight, and then into the hairpin at 7, another overtaking opportunity. 9 and 10, likewise, you can overtake into 9. We saw that in round 3 with Pepe Oriola going through on Daniel Lloyd. And very key corners, 12, 13 and 14. The run out of 12 down to 13, and then the final corner, turn 14. We saw a lot of incidents there in round 3. Here we go then. Reverse grid, so the fast men will have to come through from the midfield. Should be crowded into the first corner, and away we go. Good start by the Hondas. The Audis have got away well too. But it's Volkswagen leading at the moment with Roland Hurtner, the top driver in the Cup competition, as we go on board with Luca Ensler. Look at the traffic he's got. He's got a Honda to the outside. He's got Alex Way in the Audi ahead of him. And he's already made it up to about 5th place. Good start from the German Luca Ensler, the championship leader by 2 points. Going into this round 4, wet race. The drizzle's starting to come down. Will it get worse here at Zhuhai International Circuit? 2 cars going off circuit there as we go on board with number 23, Diego Moran, 2nd in the championship, squeezing his way past the number 77 of Daniel Lloyd, or trying to at least, and he does make some good moves there into 4th place. Great stuff by Diego Moran, but it's still pretty crowded in the opening salvo of this round 4 race here in China. And Roland Hurtner doing a really good job. He's got Pepe Oriola behind him as they dive into turn 9 for the first time. Bit of a lock-up in the midfield. And that's Daniel Lloyd in the thick of it there in the 77. He's got the other Honda of Martin Sieh behind him. On board with Pepe Oriola, looking for the lead now. And on the inside, it's Roland Hurtner of Germany up against the Spaniard Pepe Oriola. Meanwhile, Luca Ensler of Germany, as Pepe goes wide and Hurtner holds on, is in 3rd place. That's Luca Ensler we're on board with. In 3rd, Pepe Oriola will fight again. Great view, here he comes, and Hurtner's not giving in. Great driving by the German. And out of the last corner, and wide goes Hurtner, and through goes Pepe Oriola and Luca Ensler, and it's a 1-2. And once again, it's battle rejoined between Luca Ensler and Pepe Oriola. Oriola with the better line into turn 1 and holds the lead as they both dive into turn 1. But Ensler's on the march, and here he comes. Wow, he's not holding back, is he, Luca Ensler? They head towards turn 3, and Ensler's just got his nose ahead, and has he got him? Turn 4's a left-hander. Oriola will come back at him, and he does so. What a race these two are having. And this is shades of Sepang, round 2, where they went wheel to wheel. bashing each other around the Sepang circuit, and they're doing it here again in China. And Pepe Oriola, the youngest ever winner of a TCR race, up against one of the youngest ever champions in Luca Ensler. On board with the Liqui Moly Team Ensler, German, and Pepe Oriola is going to try to defend that position as best he can. Into the left-hander, does so brilliantly. Ensler gets good drive. Oriola pulls out into turn 10 now. Good defensive driving from Oriola, but he bounces over the curbs and gives a little bit of room for Ensler to catch up. They're side by side. The lights are on Ensler's car. Oriola stays wide in the middle of the road into turn 11. And now the run from 12 through the kink at 13 and into the last corner. Oriola's got the lead, but for how long? Here comes Ensler again through 13, and he's got the better line and does overtake into the lead. Nicely done by the German, and Ensler leads across the line using all the track and more. Fantastic racing already. And the Solite Indigo Racing of Pepe Oriola in second place has met his match here in Asia. And Pepe Oriola, world renowned, remember, a runner-up in the World Touring Car Championship, and has been a veteran of TCR since he was 16 years of age. Ooh, stuck in the gravel, that's Roland Hertner, who led this race early on for Oettinger. And sadly, he's going nowhere, and the safety car is out, which means that we'll have another restart between these two. And Ensler leading Pepe Oriola, but now under safety, it's going to all jam up together and maybe, just maybe, give somebody else a chance to join the party. Here comes the safety car. And yeah, Roland Hertner's car not going anywhere. And as we heard from the drivers early on, if you go in the gravel here at Zhuhai, you're not getting out. It's just one of those places. Here's another look at the start. And as we said, it's a reverse grid. So some of the slower cars who finished 8th, 9th, 10th start at the front. And that allows the faster cars to try to weave their way through in the early stages, which is exactly what Pepe Oriola did. If we go on board with him now, you see his start. And it wasn't long, was it? Look at that, brilliant stuff. And he's already alongside Alex Way. Then a slight excursion on the final corner by Hertner. And there is Hertner, sadly, feeling the hurt as he goes off. Now the safety car is on track, and that means Luca Ensler will pile them up behind him and decide when to go, and he has. Away he goes. Good start from Luca Ensler, the teenager, the current champion of Asia, with the wipers on. So the wet weather has started to get worse, and yes, you can see that Luca Ensler, despite it being green, is still trying to warm those tyres up. Back with Pepe Oriola in second place, and they've both got to be careful here because the conditions are slippy. They wouldn't be using the wipers otherwise. And as you can see, Alex Way in the number 11, the Hong Kong driver, in the mix now. Just behind him is Daniel Lloyd in the Honda Civic. The Teamwork Motorsport Alex Way, very experienced here at Zhuhai in the Audi. Audi getting its first ever win here in the RS3 LMS a couple of years ago in TCR. And they'd love nothing more than another one here. And it's good to see so many manufacturers, VW, Honda, Hyundai, and of course Audi. And conditions not getting any better. All the windscreen wipers on, including the number 77 of Daniel Lloyd. Great to see him back, the Brit in the Honda Civic FK7. Lloyd, the former 2018 UK TCR champion. Now Oriola under braking, and brakes too late, and off he goes. Pepe Oriola in the wet conditions has gone off. And that's a disaster for the Spanish. Several cars going off. The 77 of Daniel Lloyd has gone off. 55, that's Martin Zay. Both Honda Civics have gone off. So too Pepe Oriola. It looks as though Lloyd's going to keep it going, but I'm not so sure whether Pepe Oriola, I just mentioned the gravel traps don't let anybody out, and I think that's the case with both Martin Zay and sadly Pepe Oriola and Philip de Souza also in the gravel. Well, let's have a look at what happened here. Lloyd jinks out. Pepe Oriola just goes straight on. There's just no way to get any grip there. Alex Way avoids the incident. Lloyd follows him in. And then I think several other cars missed their braking point as well, including Philip de Sousa. There's Lloyd in the 77. I think it was really a case of just the rain getting too heavy. And you can see how heavy it is from Diego Moran's point of view. There's other cars going off, the Hondas in front of him. Diego Moran somehow avoids in his Hyundai all the action. Out goes Martin Zay, out goes Philip de Sousa, out goes Daniel Lloyd and Pepe Oriola. What a disaster, just one corner. There's Philip de Sousa. Through goes Luca Ensler, and it's like a parking lot here in southern China. Alex Liu heads out, and I think he's changed to wet tyres quite smartly. And we're under safety, the wipers are on, Ensler leads the race. And what a turnaround of events, and a great opportunity for Ensler to extend his lead now. Safety car lights are off, which means that Luca Ensler controls this race. It's damp, wet, Zhuhai conditions, and Luca Ensler's got it all to do. And he can either power on through and be conservative, or he could push on and potentially make a mistake in these treacherous conditions. And everybody trying to keep tyre temperature now. And away goes Luca Ensler now, chased hard by the number 11 of the Teamwork Motorsport, Alex Way in the Audi in second place, down towards the final corner, turn 14, and this has caught out so many drivers in the past. Not this time for Luca Ensler. Through he goes to lead this race. Second place is Alex Way of Hong Kong. And then it looks like Diego Moran is in third position now, so he has managed to creep his way all the way to third position with so many other drivers going off. So great turnaround of events for Diego Moran. Remember, he came to Zhuhai after the first two rounds. Somebody else has gone off by the looks of things, but gathers it all together. This is a dramatic round 4 indeed. But Moran turning things. Oh no, another big off. This time involving Adam Khalid and Douglas Koo. And if I'm not mistaken, a third car. Yes, there he is on the left-hand side. That's yeah, Cherry Chung of the Teamwork Motorsport team. So 3 cars involved. That's Cherry Chung and the Cup racer in the Audi. And I think he may well have been the cause of that incident with all 3 cars going out. Khalid banging into the back of Douglas Koo. And sadly, both of them out. Khalid got going again, but I don't think he's going to go far. And certainly the number 10 of Cherry Chung, the Cup racer in the Audi. The lights may be on, but he's not going anywhere. Meanwhile, the race continues. Green flags wave for Luca Ensler with the wipers on. And now the question is, can Diego Moran get up to second place? And here he goes. Tries to make it through, can't quite do it. And the conditions not improving here at Zhuhai in what's been so far a very dramatic race and causing plenty of conversation with the stewards on the pit lane. And you can see in the distance here in Zhuhai, misty conditions, but not so for Luca Ensler. What happened here? And this is Khalid, I'm pretty sure, because his car's damaged. Yes, it is. The number 4 finally pulling out. Yeah. Suspension broken, and you can see both sides of his suspension completely destroyed. And out goes Adam Khalid for the second time in 2 rounds. Not been a good weekend for the Team Ortinga racer from Malaysia. Back comes the safety car, and Luca Ensler has seen it all before, but he's at the front. And cars everywhere, and the attrition rate high. But Luca Ensler's just got to keep his focus. And here's another look at that incident. Yeah, it was Pepe Oriola who went off first. Through went Alex Way. So Oriola, no one to blame really. That was just the conditions really. I think everybody dived under braking into that right-hander. And I think there was more water down than they expected. Here's the other crash. Cherry Chung causing this one. And then Douglas Koo and Adam Khalid. And that's the aftermath of Khalid's incident. And you can see badly damaged two wheels on his wagon. The Liqui Moly man going nowhere. And I think that's about put paid to round 4. Cars everywhere off track. And we're going to finish under safety. Douglas Koo out of the car safely. But there is the checkered flag, and that means that Luca Ensler will win again for the second time here at Zhuhai. His third win of the 2019 TCR Asia Series. A dramatic round 4 here to conclude the weekend. But Ensler with his hand out of the window, saluting the crowd as the race finishes under safety. Well done to Diego Moran too in the number 23. That's his first podium in the Hyundai, swapped from the VW, remember, when the Frenchman Zhuhai couldn't come to the Zhuhai weekend. And confirmation of the results in the wet. Luca Ensler wins. In second place, his teammate Diego Moran of Ecuador. And third place, the Filipino Daniel Miranda, bouncing back after a DNF in round 3. Alex Wei in fourth place, and Hong Chu Han of China in fifth. His best result so far. So congratulations to the winners of round 4. Luca Ensler does it again for the Liqui Moly Team Ensler team. Let's hear from him now in the press conference.
Well, yeah, as you saw, it was really a nice one. Starting from P10 heading to P1. To be honest, I was not expecting something like this, but I could manage a good start, and I've been already on P4 after the first corner, which was amazing. I had quite a good line, but I took a bit of risk, and yeah, which was the right amount of. And yeah, then I had Alex in front of me. I knew that Audi is having quite a good straight line speed, but my car was just amazing this day and during the whole weekend, so I knew where I can attack and where I can overtake him, and that worked out amazing.
Yes, considering the disappointment result I had yesterday P4 after second place and so close to the pole position, for sure second is good. I'm happy. Starting from P9, always good. It was a very tough race. Yeah, the team did a great job. Yesterday we struggled a lot with the brakes, but today the problem was solved. The car was perfect, and I was able to get P2, even though at the beginning I had a couple of incidents with some drivers. Very difficult to make my way through so many cars. But anyhow, I mean, happy with the result. I did a smart race, and here I am, second place, good points for the championship as well.
I didn't really have a good start. My goal was just to finish the race, so I just really kept it easy with the clutch. I fell back to probably 8th or 9th, but you know, I just made sure I just finished the race, do my very best. It was quite a difficult race. It's only my second race driving the TCR car, and especially in the rain, it was my first time, so it was quite of an adjustment, but the team did a great job fixing and setting up the car. So I'm really happy with my result this weekend.
Of course, the big story of round 4, Pepe Oriola going off and into the gravel and out of the points. The Spaniard not able to recover, and likewise Martin Zay and Daniel Lloyd in the Hondas. But let's hear from Pepe Oriola.
In race 2, we had a really good start. I managed to be first in the first lap, starting from 5th position. But unfortunately, Luca was faster than me. I could not defend my position. And then after the safety car, the rain started to come, and had a big lockup on the last corner. In turn 7, sorry. And yeah, me and 4 drivers more were involved in this. You know, when we are running slicks, it's really hard to keep control of the car, and I just had a mistake that made me not finish the race, which is a shame for the championship, but things are like this.
And in the championship, things are like this. Luca Ensler now leads with 85 points. He's still ahead of his teammate Diego Moran on 76. Pepe Oriola stays third with 50, but now Daniel Miranda of the Philippines is caught up. He now has 44 points, with Theo Kukau of France still fifth. So, lots of action, lots of drama from the Zhuhai circuit in southern China. We'll be back again for rounds 5 and 6 of TCR Asia. Until then, from me, Jonathan Green, goodbye for now.